What's up everyone, PureChaosX here with a quick update to my Arrma mini Kraton that I did an unboxing of about a week ago. Just the other day I finally managed to take it out for its maiden voyage. Been a bit busy since, and the weather hasn't been that great. It's always been a bit dark and gloomy and cold, but I thought, you know what, I need to take it out and give it a quick bash. And by a quick bash I mean I literally just drove it up and down the road or the street like I normally do with most of my other RC cars. If you've seen my videos where I'm running them, you'll see that I'm literally just driving up and down our road, and that's about it. So I haven't been able to give it a bash yet, but I do plan to at some point eventually. But yeah, I thought I'd do a quick update with this because not good news. So and it's nothing to do with the Dacia Sandero either. So I took this out. Less than 10 minutes I noticed the steering wasn't responding properly. It was just kind of staying in one place. Long story short, in 10 minutes I rolled it twice, I think 3 times maybe, but I rolled it twice at the very least. When I roll, I always let go of the throttle and the steering, just to let everything center off and everything like that, to take away any sort of resistance on the wheels and the motor and the throttle, the servo and everything. So I always let go of everything, just let it roll over. But basically, within those 10 minutes, one of those rolls took out the servo. I'm not even joking. I've had to take the servo out. As you can see, there's no servo in there. So that's gone. And I've had to contact Wheel Spin Models, which is where I bought it from. They got in touch with their supplier and there was some sort of back and forth. And they said something about the warranty being component based. So they basically asked me to send the servo back, which at the moment is in this envelope, which I will cover up the that's Wheel Spins. Can find that out. I'll cover up my address. So at the moment the servo is in here. So I'm sending it back, a collection tomorrow. So hopefully they'll get it fixed, because at the moment these servos aren't in the UK yet. They're reasonably priced at 23 quid, although they are a micro servo, which sounds like a lot, 23 quid, but that's not too bad of a price. Once they are in stock, I'm definitely going to buy a spare one, that's for sure, just in case. But it is a bit concerning that it took the servo out just from a roll. That's the only impact that I had, were just 2 rolls. Like I said, our road is flat. The curbs are about, they're very short, the curbs. So there was no other scratches, no other impacts. I didn't crash or anything like that. Just 2 rolls, maybe 3, and that was enough to. I know you can't see this, but the yellow square on the iPhone that sort of tracks things is not going away. Why is that? Why is that not going away? It's just kind of on there, like pulsing. That's kind of weird. I don't want to tap the screen because that usually seems to lock the exposure and the focus. Okay. Okay, let me stop the recording a second, because it's actually kind of bothering me, because it is literally just there, like blinking. So 2 seconds. Alright, there we go, that's kind of gone. So yeah, as you can see, I had to take the servo out there, and I put the screws in with the power guard, which I didn't even get a chance to use the power guard. So it crashed. Well, I rolled it over and broke it on its like normal 100% speed. I didn't even get a chance to use these, and took less than 10 minutes for the servo to die. I think it stripped some gears. Unfortunately, I took the servo out before I could actually get some footage of it, but I did take a small clip of what was happening and that I sent to Wheel Spin Models so they could actually see what was happening. I will insert that into this video right now. yeah, you can see what's happening. Oh god, you can see what's happening. It goes in one direction, but it won't return to the other, presumably because it's stripped some gears. So, it's my understanding that obviously the servo saver should help, like, lessen the possibility that that would happen, but evidently not. It just ended up taking out the servo in a roll or two. Like I said, there were very small rollovers, because I mean you can see a bit of damage there where it rolled over, but not really anything there. And there's a little bit of damage there from where it obviously bottoms out, and there, and a little bit there. I'm assuming this is probably actually where it ran over some stones. So, but yeah, other than that, I was literally just driving it up and down the road. So, yeah, very concerning if that was enough to take out the servo. Just like 2 rollovers, very concerning, especially for something that states it's tougher and faster. The servo, evidently, not very tough. So, yeah, God only knows if I was actually bashing this and jumping it. I don't know. But I can't say I'm impressed with the servo. I did look for some alternatives, but I don't know. Some of them aren't anywhere near like the 2.5 kilograms of torque that it has. Some of them are like 1.7, so... But yeah, once it's in stock, which I don't think is going to be till the 21st of May, which is up at the moment, it's the 7th, so... Am I just like losing weight? Because I've always had this on like the 4th notch, and it's always like been just tight enough. I'm like... Yeah. Was that random here? You still see that scar where I burnt myself like months ago. Man. So, yeah. Once they are in stock, I will definitely buy one as a spare. I'm also probably going to buy other things like a spare bumper, some spare A-arms, anything that might break in a jump or a crash kind of thing. So, the truck itself, unfortunately, like I said, I don't have a GoPro, so I can't record footage. I still need to get one. I know I'll keep going on about it, but I'd like to get a GoPro with a head strap so I can record my RC car runs if I'm on my own. So that way I know that wherever I'm looking, the GoPro is also looking at it. So I know it should always be in shot. But yeah, I just need to get one. I don't want to get a new one. I want to get like an older version because they're a bit cheaper. And in some cases, I actually want to put it on top of one of the cars. And the last thing I want to do is roll over a several £100 GoPro and scratch it. So I'm going to try and get an old one. I've said it a few times, but if anyone would like to assist with a GoPro, an older one with a LCD screen, if anyone wants to assist me, please do. I really should make that the next priority. Although I kind of said my next priority is I need some parts for my Traxxas Rustler, including also, oddly enough, a new servo. So the servo in my Rustler's kind of stripped the screw that holds the servo horn on, and so the wheels just kind of blah 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 blah, because the servo horn just kind of wobbles in place. So he's a new servo, but I'm also going to get some new wheels for it and a new body shell, as long as they're still in stock. So I was going to make that my new priority, but I do definitely need a GoPro so I can actually take some proper footage and put the camera on one of the cars. I've seen a GoPro that's like a square rather than the traditional one. I'm assuming that's quite a new one though, and going to be quite expensive. But I'll have to have a shop around. But yeah, in the meantime though, the truck itself, the speed, even without the power guard key, was actually pretty good. It was fast. I just never got a chance to use the power guard because of this. But overall, yeah, the truck was fast. Just, I mean, it was definitely fast, definitely speedy. So yeah, It's just a shame though that my nearly £300 is now not going to be usable until I, get this back. And £300. Well, actually, it was £300 including the body shell. This was about £270, and the body shell was about £30. So 300 all in, but £270 for this, and the servo broke within 10 minutes of driving up and down with at least 2 rollovers. For a truck that's claimed to be a basher, a servo breaking from 2 rollovers, that's assuming that is what broke it. I don't know what else could have broken it. It's not good, in my opinion. I mean, this is my first introduction to Arrma. I have a funny feeling, obviously, the bigger cars will probably be more reliable and tougher, but then there's more weight to put into it. So, yeah, I don't know. I still would like to get one of the full-size Kratons, though. I was thinking of getting the 4S, but I kind of want the 6S instead. But the 4S looks kind of cool. Yeah, it's reasonably priced and whatnot. I think it's about the same size roughly as a Rustler. I'm not sure. These are supposed to be both 1/10 scale. But yeah. So, but yeah, I just had to. I'm not happy. I mean, considering how much I spent, while I'm not happy, I'm not disappointed either. I don't know why. Even when it rolled and I could have scratched the body, I was like, meh, it's made for that. I don't mind. But it's not like rolling a Tamiya, that kind of thing, which obviously aren't meant for bashing and whatnot. But rolling this over and getting it scratched and whatnot, I was like, hey, that's what it's for. I don't mind if it gets a bit scratched. I do have a second body shell that I need to paint as well. So, and like I said, I do have an idea for that, but I might get it badly wrong. Blah, blah, blah. I might get it badly wrong. I might ruin the shell. So I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I need to get this thing collected tomorrow, which will be a Friday. I don't know if it'll reach Wheelspin on Saturday. I know Royal Mail do deliver on Saturdays, and I know Wheelspin, at least the shop, is open on Saturdays. I really would like to go there, but I think it's quite far away. I mean, it's in Canuck, whatever how you pronounce that. Which I think is actually quite far away from us. And same thing with Model Sport. They also have a physical shop, but I think they're a bit far away as well. So as much as I would actually like to visit them, unfortunately they're just too far away, which is kind of unfortunate. So yeah. If there was like one thing I wanted to rant about, I'm not gonna lie, I have to admit to being a bit envious or jealous of like RC channels getting products for free to review, and that's fine and everything, they earned it. But what kind of dawned on me is that all of these popular YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of views, they obviously earn a lot of YouTube ad revenue and everything like that. And obviously tips and donations and Patreon and all that. They get a lot of money from doing this as their hobby, as I am. And they get things for free to review and whatnot. And then you've got small channels like me, that although my channel isn't obviously centered around RC, it has become a bit more of a, I wouldn't say dominant, but it has become more prominent over the years, as I do try and do as much RC content as possible. I'm a small channel with barely any ad revenue, no tips, no donations, no Patreons. Everything that I buy myself, and I'm only just scraping through. So it's the smaller channels that kind of need this kind of support from companies. It's just, they just need that sort of assistance. I'm not saying that the larger YouTubers shouldn't get it, but I think smaller YouTubers could benefit from a little bit here and there from companies, giving them something to review, just to kind of help them get on the map, so to speak. and get something out there that they otherwise wouldn't be able to because they couldn't afford something like this. I'm lucky when if I can afford things like this, but yeah, I just feel as though small YouTubers are the ones that need what's the word I'm looking for? They need the support of these companies just as much as the bigger YouTubers who don't need the support as much, but being popular, they obviously more influential and more people will watch them and therefore more people will see the product. I obviously get that, but I just feel as though small YouTubers could absolutely use support from companies. I'm not saying they need a lot of support, just like a product here and there to review, just every now and again, just to sort of help them grow, yeah, that sort of thing. So, you know, like I said, I am envious, I am a little bit jealous of the companies or of the YouTubers that get products for free to review. I've never really reviewed anything properly before, so I might actually be very bad at it. And they'll probably never give me anything to review again, and that's fine. But yeah, I just think that smaller YouTubers could do with that same kind of support as the larger ones, you know, because like I said, I am lucky that I can afford things like this, but there are a lot who can't, but would like to do it, and they're only just scraping by, whereas the bigger YouTubers, which have, you know, the money to buy whatever they want almost, thanks to, you know, this as a hobby, it's become quite beneficial, and they can buy, you know, all the expensive X Maxes and Kratons whenever they want, and they get the products for free when technically they aren't always needing it. I'm not trying to come across as like, I can't think of the words I'm looking for. Stuck up something, I don't know, like, you know, I deserve this, that kind of thing. I'm just saying, I just think small YouTubers could help, or I need the support from the companies, you know, products for review, you know, just to sort of help them take the first leap, so to speak. I don't know, I'm probably talking out of my arse, and there's probably a lot of people who don't agree with me, but as a small YouTuber myself, despite the fact that I started in 2007, yeah, I just think that smaller channels could absolutely benefit from even just a little bit of support from the larger companies. That's all I'm saying. Like 1 or 2 products a year, as opposed to several a month or something, you know, just 1 or 2 a year, just to give them that little bump to get them started. It doesn't have to be something expensive either. It could be anything, you know. It doesn't have to be an X Max or anything, but like just something like this, which on the whole isn't that expensive, but it would still be very helpful to a smaller YouTuber. You know, it's just kind of, yeah. So I'm going to stop talking because I might get I might put my foot in it or something, and I'm probably just mumbling at this point and just prattling on, and yeah. And that wasn't necessary, I know, but it was just something I thought of while I was talking about this. But yeah. But at the end of the day, disappointed with the servo breaking after like 1 or 2 rollovers, less than 10 minutes. But the truck itself was very enjoyable. It was very fast, it was easily controlled. I had the DSC turned all the way off, so I didn't have any counter correction going on, but it was still fun and easy to drive. I do highly recommend one of these. It's just that if the servos are in stock, buy one if you can. I know it should be replaced under warranty if it wasn't your fault, which is, I don't know, it's hard to tell if it was your fault or if it was manufacturing failure, who knows. But if it's under warranty, obviously you should get it replaced for free. But buy one anyway. Buy a servo just in case. I will once they're in stock. I would like to get the Traxxas Minimax and possibly the Mini XRT. You just have like a small army of minis. I don't mean the actual Austin Mini. I mean, no, I do have a Tamiya Mini. So this is kind of just there. Okay, it's going just there. Yeah, there we go. So there, I don't mean that kind of mini, and this tripod is really sticky. Kind of a lot of resistance on it. So yeah, a load of mini cars. So yeah, I would like to get those two at some point, even though they are immensely more expensive than this. The X-Max currently is a bit cheaper, but its normal price is a lot more than this. So by the time I probably get an X-Max, who knows? And the X-Max, or the Mini Max, sorry, is only 2S, which is quite surprising. I think it uses the BL2S, whatever it's called, whereas this is 3S, and I think the Mini XRT is also 3S. But for some reason they made the Mini Max 2S, so I'm quite sure what that's all about. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was supposed to be just a quick update on what happened with the Mini Kraton. I wasn't supposed to turn into a full-blown woe is me moment, but I just thought I'd mention it. That's all. But it's just my opinion. You know, you can have your own. You can call me stupid or greedy or whatever you want. But I was just voicing what my opinion. But yeah. But as for the Kraton though, the Mini Kraton, I do like it. I'm glad I bought it. It is fun. Once I get the servo, I'm gonna go back out and try it again. Hope that it doesn't break for the second time. I want to try the power guard and see how fast that is. I really should also get a GPS speed reader. That's been on my list for a long time, but I've just never got one still. So I need to get one of those because I really do want to know how fast some of my cars go. So, and then yeah, hopefully we'll get the servo back soon. I don't know how long it's going to take, and they'll probably ship it back second class. But hey, there you go. As long as I get it back, I don't mind. And once the servos are in stock, I will definitely buy one, along with hopefully some additional spare parts that will, that are more susceptible to breaking. But yeah, I shall probably end it there for now, because this has actually gone on for much longer than I had originally anticipated it to be, as it was nothing more than an update video to this. So I can just get this done. It is on. Okay. So yeah, but I'm still impressed with it, despite the servo knackering itself in a tumble or two. Disappointing, but the truck itself, I do thoroughly enjoy. It's very good. I might also see if there's any like different wheels you can get for it. So. I'm childish, I know. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go now. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, again, apologies for that little thing in the middle there. Just kind of, it was just on my mind. That's all. Just kind of thought of it, and I thought, let me get that out there, and then I'll shut up. So, yeah, it's good though. It's good. It's definitely a thumbs up. Bad servo, but good thumbs up. So, yeah. Once I get the servo back, actually, I'll make another quick video. Hopefully, a quick video. Say that I got it back, and I might install it on camera. It's very easy. I'm surprised how easy that was to take out. I might install it on camera. I don't know, or not. I don't know. Yeah, gonna go now. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video, whatever that may be. So until then, bye.